Thousands of immigrant children were separated from their family earlier this year right here in the Valley.
And now the Department of Homeland Security is finally responding to the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy. CBS 4's Clara Benitez looks into this special report regarding family separation in a story you'll see only on 4. Clara.
Chris Maribel, the special report was done by the agency's internal watchdog. They conducted unannounced site visits to U.S. Customs and Border Protection and Immigration and Customs Enforcement facilities here in the Valley and around El Paso. The findings show DHS was not prepared for the administration's policy.
All eyes were here at the southern border as the Trump administration cracked down on illegal immigration, implementing a zero-tolerance policy, separating thousands of children from their families. A recent report done by the DHS Office of Inspector General says DHS struggled to implement the policy. According to the report, CBP and ICE immediately adopted the zero-tolerance policy after President Trump directed several federal agencies to end a practice called catch and release.
And if the person didn't have any derogatory information on their file, like any criminal history, they allowed the person into the United States while their immigration courts were pending.
Immigration attorney Alejandro San Miguel says this was a policy to deter people from seeking asylum in the United States, but instead it created an influx of people.
People lying in the floor in port of entries, clogs of people in port of entries. Once they realized that it was actually a huge problem, that they didn't have the resources to process everybody, then they backtracked a little bit.
The report says DHS limited the amount of asylum seekers that could enter the country, but they encouraged asylum seekers to come to the ports. Writing, one woman said she has been turned away 3 times by an officer on the bridge before she attempted to take her chance on illegal entry. According to the report, once a family unit was apprehended, they were then separated because, according to the policy, a minor child cannot be held in criminal custody with an adult, resulting in Border Patrol holding immigrant children longer than 72 hours before CBP transfers them to Health and Human Services. The report shows here in the Rio Grande Valley, a child stayed in a short-term facility for 25 days. In another finding done by the agency, DHS did not provide consistent information to immigrant parents, resulting in parents not knowing their child would be taken away. The report pointed out a situation at the Port Isabel Detention Center, where an agent told a father he would be returned with his 5-year-old daughter after his hearing. Instead, he was given a flyer explaining the separation and was taken to an ICE detention center without his daughter. We reached out to DHS regarding the report findings, and DHS spokeswoman says the report illustrates the difficulties in enforcing immigration laws that are broken and poorly written. This administration will no longer turn a blind eye to illegal immigration and will continue to refer illegal crossers for prosecution.
The DHS spokesperson says they will continue to enforce the rule of law and ensuring there are consequences for illegal actions. For the full report, visit our website on valleycentral.com. Live in the Pharmacala newsroom with complete Valley coverage, Clara Benitez, CBS 4 Valley Tonight.